Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Today we're doing Bikurim, Perek Sheni, Mishnayos Vav and Zion. Mishnayos Vav and Zion really don't talk so much about Orla. They do a little bit, but talk about Mishnah Zion doesn't talk about it at all. Mishnah Vav says, Al Esrog Shavel Ilan B'Shlosha Drachim. This is, if you've learned Maseches Kedushin, the beginning of Maseches Kedushin, some yeshivas learn Maseches Kedushin very slow. Even if you learn it very slow, it's on Daf Gimel, so you probably came across this Mishnah, which is quoted over there. Esrog is comparable to an Elon in three ways. The difference is between a tree and vegetation that grows from the ground in three ways. It's comparable to a tree. Now, an esrog grows from a tree. We know from esrogim, if you want to harvest esrogim for sukkahs that grow for trees, it's comparable to a yarek in one way. So let's see. Shavel Elon ba'orla v'ravai v'shvius. And in terms of the halachas of orla and ravai and shvius, right, it's comparable to a tree. Now, only an Elon, right, is chayav an arla, and not the ravai. And the ravai is the fourth here. Uva shvius means that it's comparable to a tree in terms of there's a difference between a fruit and a vegetable. A fruit goes after, in terms of the Shemitah years, right, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, right, there's different shumas and maisos every year, and shvius has no shumas and maisos. So you calculate it after chanata, after it emerges, the fruit emerges from the tree while it's still attached to the tree. That's when you determine what year it's part of. Is it part of the first year or the seventh year in the Shmita, whatever year? So you get to the chanata. So the esrog goes in terms of shvius. Well, the yerek b'derech echad shevishasi kato yisur. When it comes to trumas and maestros, trumas and maestros are really applied in the first and sixth year. Whether you take off meiser, right? Meiser ani is the first, second, fourth, and fifth year. Meiser sheni is the third and sixth year. So that would apply. Which year it's part of? Is it part of the second year or the third year? That would apply when you harvest a lakita. When it comes to a vegetable, it's when you harvest it. So when you take the esrog off the tree, that determines which year it is for trumas and maisos. Divrei Rav Gamliel, Lezer Omer Shavel Ilam L'Chol Davar. Lezer argues Rav Gamliel. He says, even in terms of trumas and maisos, you go after determining the year for trumas and maisos. You go after when it emerges from the tree. It's like a fruit tree. In regards to all of these things, interestingly enough, the halacha is not like either of these opinions. As the Gemara says in Maseches Kedushin, that in terms of, we make a split. In terms of two things, in terms of orla and ravai, it's like a tree. In terms of shvius and maestros, shuas and maestros, then it goes, it's considered a vegetable. Why would an elon, which is a fruit tree, be considered a vegetable? In shuas and maestros, that we'll have to discuss. And Ian, Mitzion, Zion, Dam mehalche shtayim, shavel adam behema. Malchei are human beings, right? The blood is comparable to blood of an animal. Right? In order for vegetation or to become roy lekabel tuma, anything really, once it detaches from the ground, it has to be mukshar. It has to touch one of the zayin mashkim, yad shach adam, one of those zayin mashkim. 7 types of liquids is blood. So animal blood is for sure blood. What about blood of humans? Yes, for blood of humans is also machshir roim. The dam hasheret ain't chayiv in alav. It's also comparable human blood to dam hasheret, that normally if you eat blood, it's usher in the Torah to eat blood. But in terms of eating the blood of sherets, right? The sherets are Shmona Shratzim mentioned in the Torah. There are certain types of shratzim that are, like a snail. These flies, they make you crazy. I don't know if the flies are one of the shratzim. Should be one of the shratzim. It's certain like achbarim or I don't remember, the Sheva Shratzim is mentioned in the beginning of Parsha Shemini. Those Shmona Shratzim, their dam, if you eat that, you're not violating the Isra of eating blood. Similarly, if you eat human blood, you're not violating the Isra of eating blood also. So in that way, human blood is similar to the blood of a sheretz. There's no Isra of eating dam if you eat human blood. There's maybe this is the Rabbanan, and Masechah discusses in Maseches Ksuvos. We learned Maseches Ksuvos. If you didn't learn Maseches Ksuvos with me, you're obligated now to go back to Maseches Ksuvos. Listen to all my shiurim and catch up with me for Zakat Hadarim. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. Stay tuned for Ian Mitzion, where we discuss Mishnah Vav a little more. Esrog, halacha is in certain ways halacha l'maisa, it's comparable to a vegetable. It's a fruit tree to me. How could it be like a vegetable? See you in Ian Mitzion to discuss that.